Kelly.
Hi, Hayley.
Hello to you joining us for episode three, season two of A Measure of Marketing, where you and I, Kelly, are going to be talking about the future of small business marketing. So, some
Yeah.
blue sky thinking maybe here.
Blue sky jumpers,
Oh, match our
maybe.
jumpers. Yeah, what is this about?
This was not planned, everyone.
No, and not on colour palette brand at all, is it, for
No,
Measure of Marketing? But just
no.
let's see how we're feeling today.
Yeah,
Serene blue.
very, very. Yes, the future of small business marketing. I've been having a little think about this. It's a tricky one. I think it's a tricky one. I think because there's just so much going on. I think the obvious answer is something AI related. But I'm going to go with the opposite and say it's not going to be that. I'm
Heard
going
it here first.
to, yeah, fight against the grain on this one. What are your thoughts? The future?
I think Gen AI helps small business owners. We've talked about this before. It helps people streamline content creation, planning, social posting, all the stuff that takes time.
Mhm.
But I think what people have to do is probably put a bit more energy in because I think for small business marketing to be successful, I think you need to be personal with it and
Yeah.
make it more bespoke and personable. And
Mhm.
I think, you need to work with Gen AI to be able to do that with the tools. Um, so yeah, for me, people want to work with small businesses because they are a small business. They're a smaller entity, whether that's because of budget or whether people just prefer that approach. So I think you have to put yourself out there and be more personable with it because you're not a machine, you're not a big brand. People have to invest in the people behind a small business brand. So you
Yeah.
have to be personable with it. So for it to be successful, and to make an impact. I think you've got to come at it from that perspective. And not all small business owners do that. They don't see the value in it because actually that does take a bit of time to make it bespoke
Yeah.
and more personal.
Yeah. I personally think the future is more about simplicity
Hmm.
than anything else. So like um I think we can get really caught up in like automations, like a lot of different activity. And I was talking to somebody last week at an event and they had built their business off LinkedIn. And I know we've spoke about this before on the podcast,
Mm.
but as simple as that, their profile acted as a like the front of their website almost. And they just used that one platform to its fullest
Yeah.
and have built a business where they're like turning over 6K a month, which is
Yeah.
pretty decent for a one person business. Yeah, you can do more, you can definitely do less as well. But I think we can try and keep up with the times almost and try and use lots of different things because we see so much advice out there. Um, you could build your business purely on going to networking events and exchanging your number with people or your email address with people. Um, I think you have to work out what works for you as a business owner. And this might sound really cheesy, but almost like the future of your small business is what you want it to be as well. Like I don't
Mm.
think you have to do this big fancy thing. Yeah, I think it's very much determined on what you've seen work already and what works for you and your lifestyle and everything else that you've got going on in life, because outside
Mm.
of business, we all have other stuff too.
Yeah. Yeah, agreed. One thing I would put out there for the future, I'm seeing it more and more with the clients that I work with and people that I speak to, the complete overwhelm of social media content.
Oh yeah.
And when I talk about overwhelm, it's not like what we spoke about in episode uh one, which was the overwhelm and how marketing feels so complicated and
Mhm.
overwhelming. It's more the amount of information that the noise, that's probably more it, the noise of social
Yeah.
media, whether you're on LinkedIn, Insta, TikTok, whatever else it is, it's becoming just too much. And I've noticed it personally that I'm kind of shying away from social media, not just as a poster or as a marketer to market my own business, but as someone that is in receipt of all this noise from social media. I find it
Oh,
just
yeah.
too much. And with people using Gen AI to create these posts and not doing it human machine, and making it personable,
Mm.
it's just the same old stuff. So
Yeah.
I think and what I see and what I know from having used it for so many years is the power of email marketing and making it personable and creating a genuine, authentic email list of subscribers that want to hear from you, that are
Yeah.
warm, less cold and blanket like social media, unless you put money behind it with ads, which small business owners don't have the
Mhm.
budget to do. But you can very comfortably, cost effectively use email marketing to, for a better marketing model, STP, segment, target, and position your messaging to your customers. And you create that one-to-one conversation if you do it well enough. So I think that the rise of email marketing, it's going to happen. And I encourage people to start using it a lot more and start small because I think people will hit a point with social media and they really will back off. So all your efforts, will,
Yeah, absolutely. And just thinking about what you're saying there, I've had like a busy week and I haven't been on LinkedIn. Yeah, my posts are scheduled, but I'm like, that's not the point, is it? Like
no.
I've forgot
It's
I've
that
now they're
engagement.
scheduled. I'm like, I'm not actually going in and speaking to people on there because
Mm.
my week's so heavy. And yeah, it's great that you get that option to do that. And like you'll go back in when it's not such a heavy week, but yeah, there's something in that for me as well. Like, why am I not going in? And that it is because of the noise. And yeah, like your brain is only a sponge at the end of the day. And are we really
Mm.
paying attention to everything we see? Um,
There's
yeah,
only so much you can keep in your
so
brain before
much.
something
Yeah,
else falls
yeah,
out to allow something else. And like
yeah.
you said, I think the balance is tipping. Like if you can't use it as a social platform to be social and create
Not
conversation,
really now, is it? So
it's not serving. I think it is if you can make that time, but then what's something else that you take away to give you the time to do it or the inclination? If you're not, I think it's a brilliant platform to build
yeah,
business and to generate conversations, but you've got to
yeah.
have the time and energy to do it. And at the moment, I certainly don't have as much time and the energy to start chatting with people that I don't think are there for true value of conversation. It's almost just visibility because of the
Yeah.
way that the algorithm and the platform's making you feel. It's a bit like that with
Mm.
Insta, really, as well. Like,
Yeah, I do email marketing for a small audience of my own, and it definitely when you're writing it as well, it definitely feels more special. I don't know how to
yeah,
describe it, but like it feels like you can give a lot more in email marketing as well. Like for someone to open an email from me. And then they save it or they follow the step by step, you're less likely to do that off social. I imagine the percentage is a lot less just because of that scroll mentality. But on your email, you're likely to flag it, go back to it, write, take notes off it. So you can give a lot more as a business owner to your audience as well, is kind of what I'm saying here.
yeah, I agree. And I think with email marketing, and I know you do this on Sunday evenings when you send your emails, your newsletter, you create a journey. Now, don't get me wrong, we create journeys with social media as well, but you've got no guarantee that people are going to see those posts in their feed. Yet you can pretty much
Yeah,
bet
exactly.
that with an email, if it's open, that's the only thing that you have to get people to do, as long as you don't hit spam filters. You on a Sunday night, you're building a journey for people and
Mm.
people follow that. That's certainly much more personable and more direct way of communicating with people,
Yeah.
and I think people forget of the value of it. And I think
Yeah.
it's got to turn itself around, because I think the amount of noise is just
Mm.
deafening on social.
Yeah. Yeah. And also I was just thinking then like the future is, I know I've said keeping it simple, but like definitely doing less. So like for me, have a goal, like have a goal
Mm.
overall for your life, have a goal for your business, know what types of people you want to work with, and like knuckle down on that one thing
Yeah,
rather than trying to do lots of different things. So like if you're like, actually email marketing is the thing I want to do, then use another channel like LinkedIn, create your visibility, and get in and meet people and ask people if they want to subscribe. Like tell them that you've got additional value you can give them on a monthly, weekly basis, and
mm.
ask if they want to subscribe. I was doing that bit over Christmas just to kind of test the waters. And people were up for it. They were like, that sounds really good. I will like
Mm.
send me the link and I'll subscribe. Rather
Mm.
than kind of just relying on the visibility of it and the algorithms to put a post in front of people, which you then
Yeah,
hope you'll click on a link and subscribe to your newsletter. Um,
yeah,
Sometimes you have to just directly ask people who are your target audience as well. Like it just invest in the
yeah,
time to grow something,
yeah.
because it does take time. It does take time.
It does. Even if you had four, five, six people to start with on your list,
Yeah.
as long as they are warm contacts or people that
Yeah.
are your target audience, it doesn't matter, because only one of them, two of them need to convert. And I think
Mm.
this is the thing, people think, well, I haven't got many people, there's no point doing it. And actually, if you can find a purpose for the email, the purpose for the journey, and the why behind using it as a channel, just that consistent emailing builds trust with people
Mm.
more so than social media. And it's one of the reasons why I don't have a newsletter and why I don't email people, is because I don't always have the time to put into
Yeah.
it for me. And I
Yeah.
wish I did. And something else would have to give for me to do it. But I know I can't keep it going. So if you can, that
Yeah.
consistency really builds that trust, and so much more than social posting.
Yeah. I would definitely sack off. This isn't advice. This is my brain, my
This
own
is
brain telling myself now.
Kelly's future of small business
I would
marketing.
definitely sack off posting and just like I'd scroll to see other people's posts, comment and things, and reach out to people and just be like, "Hey, how are you? Like, would you like to jump on a call? I'd love to meet you for a coffee. Like, would you like to join my newsletter?" And just focus on email marketing. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
that sounds like a dream to me,
yeah,
actually.
yeah.
Create a
And
bit of content.
and I think marketing automation, you could see that as the future of small business marketing, because it streamlines and it makes things easier, and it's definitely more targeted. But I actually think unless you do it, and I won't swear, really well, you aren't going to get that personality or that personable connection with someone.
Mm,
And I don't know, everyone says, I get clients say, "We help me with marketing automation, we do this. And actually, I don't think you get the best from it.
oh,
Unless you're a really big brand and
no,
you put people on this lead magnet,
yeah,
so a way of pulling people in to funnel
mm,
them, and it's not going to work as a small business owner.
no,
It's small vibes maybe, but I don't think you can rely on it. And I
no.
don't.
No, like having like when someone subscribes to my email, they get an automation
Mm,
because they're tagged through
mm,
MailChimp, and then they get a hello, this is me, this is what I'm about.
yeah,
That's literally it. Like that's the only automation I do. I do manually
yeah,
create my emails each month. Um,
yeah,
I get a little bit scared with if you've got something so complex, automation, and one thing breaks in it, like it all breaks down, the thought of emails going out and I've forgotten about them, and like the first name hasn't pulled through, or like something's all janky in it because some technology thing has happened and I don't know that it's happened.
yeah,
That worries me.
yeah. And
Yeah.
yet you'll get specialists in marketing automation who would completely disagree with that and go, no, if you built it like this, you built it like that, blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. To me, the whole benefit of marketing automation actually is in the delivery of the journey and the
Agreed.
planning of that journey that's
Oh
delivered
yeah.
actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you can do that, if you're a bit scared or you haven't got the money for marketing automation, actually invest in planning the journey of what you're going to say, because
Yeah.
that means so much more.
So important.
Um, yeah, yeah.
Okay, well, I feel
Trying
like
to
we've
think.
concluded that with email marketing. That's not what we're saying, actually. It's not what we're
I
saying.
think, it's just so hard to predict the future in 15, 20 minutes of small business marketing. And I think with Gen AI changing so much and creating so many possibilities, I think it's really hard to say with technology shifting and all different tools coming about. But I think one thing that has to remain for small business marketing is being personable and being and creating that
Yeah,
trust and relationship with people, because that's what works and that's what
yeah,
marketing is.
yeah,
Um, do more of
absolutely.
that.
Yeah, that and keeping it as simple as possible. Only because I say that because I feel like I speak to so many different people and they're like, everyone's exhausted. Like everyone's
Yeah.
so exhausted.
Yeah,
Um,
trying to do too much.
yeah, and actually you don't have to. You don't have to do, yeah, you don't have to do that much. What like choose one channel is
We've said it
probably
before,
the,
haven't we?
yeah.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
choose
yeah.
one channel and focus on that for definite.
Thank you.
Okay. Wow, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Episode 4 is coming up. I won't pretend to remember I know the topic.
Episode 4, we do have a topic. We don't know if it's going to be a guest or not. So
Yes. We're
let's
staying
not predict it.
flexible.
It's a
Flexible in
flexible
the
year, yes.
flexible
But
year.
either way, see you in episode 4.
Yes. Nice to see
Okay.
you. Have a great day.
And you. Goodbye for now. Bye.
Goodbye.